So today what I'm going to do is introduce our next project, which are going to be Christmas tags. This is also going to be an introduction to inking, and the reason for that is because if you have checked on Google Classroom, you'll know that I have posted the Inktober. Alright, so anyways, I have a very light sketch of kind of an idea I had for a Christmas tag, and I'm just gonna kind of go through it. Once I get my color on, then that's when I'm going to go into my inking. So for now, I'm just gonna put some color down. So I may fast forward this. Go on to the inking part, and I just want to introduce you guys to a few different types of ways that you can ink things. Okay, so this is one way that you can ink something. Here I've got a 0.4, if you can see that, and I've also got a 0.8. So that's gonna be even bigger, but it's kind of dry. Huh. So it makes it look almost the same, if not smaller than the 0.4. Ugh. The bigger the number, the bigger it's supposed to draw. You can tell by the end. That's the 0.4. That's the 0.8. Anyways, I've had these for a while. They're kind of dried. So that is one type. This is a Pentel brand. So this is a brush pen, and they come in different sizes as well. This is also a Pentel. It feels softer, this one does. I've also got, oh, that one's even bigger. They look a lot alike, but they feel different when you're drawing with them. Oh, that one's a fine liner. brush pen, so at the very end it can get very thin. It can really show you how much your hand is shaking. And then if you press harder, then it gets thicker. Kind of like a brush. Why it's called a brush pen. Alright, another type, ink. This is some Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay Black India ink. So once this dries, it is permanent. So one way that you can do this is just using a brush. I'm just going to kind of get what's on the side. Getting your thin, pressing down harder, getting your thick. And as you can see, it looks kind of gray because my brush is slightly damp, so it's watering down the ink. So you can do that. You can dilute your ink, but I wouldn't dilute it directly in here. And then lastly, we have a dip pen. Okay, I will have some of these. I don't have a big supply at the moment, but basically you dip it. And this is what we're going to try to line some of our little guy here. Oh, let me show you this. So we get our thin, pressing harder, we get our thick. Okay. It's all about pressure. I'm trying to put it thicker underneath because I want to show kind of like a shadow down there. Going thicker at the bottom and thinner at the top. You also need to consider what hand you draw with and maybe doing things on the opposite side that your hand is sitting on so that you don't smear the wet ink. I'm going to try to texture a little bit through here. So this is one thing. This is called hatching. Not only does it give you texture, but you can shade with this. I also wanted to tell you about some different things that could help you with doing some shading. Now my picture here doesn't require very much because it's kind of a flat image, but let's see if we can't find something to shade. Because I want to tell you about, I showed you hatching. that was the lines like this. So if you want things to be shaded darker, you put your lines closer. And if you want to lighten things up, you start to separate your lines more and more. Okay, next would be hatching. So that's when you do kind of a X shape. They can be shorter. This. And then coming back, and if you want to lighten the space, you just start spacing out your lines. Still trying to think what we can shade on him. Also, there is stippling, which is just dots. So closer together, it's going to make things appear darker. Farther away, they're getting lighter. Makes sense? Dark to light. Huh. I do like the hatching on here. Maybe his hat. We'll pretend like our light source is coming from over here, maybe? So it's going to be darker on this side. Remember, for Inktober, you've got your hatching, your cross hatching, your stippling, and you have line variation, okay? So if there's an area where you want the light to pretend like it's hitting, you can make your lines thinner, and then where it might be casting a shadow, like here, you would make your lines thicker.